last day, and no, but it's been good. It's nice weather today, so just sort of sit on the rug and have a nice day. Watch the horses.
And Naree isn't even into the sneakers yet. She's still got gorgeous shoes on.
Kylie Gillies having a fun time on the lawns at Flemington. We have correct weight, so for those of you who backed the winner there in Gold Attire, you'll be having a fun time. Weight is right, and so we can bring you these dividends, $9.70 and $2.90 for Gold Attire, $9.10 big odds for the Bolter Bellis, Ashworth $3.10, the Quinella $112, almost $3,000 for the Trifecta, and the Exacta $261.30. Such a big place here at Flemington, takes a fair bit of looking after, and of course the grand old lady comes up so well in this week. Terry Freeman is the man who looks after just about everything here at Flemington. Here he is with Paul Salmon.
Yes, I'm here with a very, very important man at Flemington, the grounds and gardens manager, Terry Freeman. And Terry, we punters, I think it's hard to actually back a winner. You must find it excruciatingly difficult with the flowers blooming.
It's been difficult this year. All we wanted from the word go was some average weather, and we've had one out of the box this week.
You certainly have, but it's looking absolutely stunning today. You must be pretty pleased with it.
Well, they've improved as the week's gone on, but actually they'll probably in a week's time they'll be at their best.
Now, you and I know a lot about gardens. We both know it's pretty difficult to get the colour mix right, but it looks sensational here today.
Yeah, well, everyone has said that today they look as good as they've looked all week, yeah, they're only going to improve.
So you must have been saying your prayers, mate, because we have seen them bloom, and they've bloomed beautifully.
Oh, the whole gardening gang have been praying, I think.
Well done. Thanks for that.
Okay, thanks, Paul.
I think they would have been a little anxious earlier in the week, but Flemington looks a picture today, and we head down to that magnificently manicured mounting yard for the presentation after the Lexus and Jim Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Tuesday, trainer David Hall saluted in our great race, the Tui's New Melbourne Cup. He's just celebrated his 40th birthday and he's back in the winner's circle today on Emirates Stakes Day for 2003. Gives me a great pleasure to welcome to our presentation for the Lexus is Mr. Peter Fegerty, Honorary Treasurer and Committee Member for the Victoria Racing Club, and escorting him, Mr. David Butner, Director Sales and Marketing for Lexus Australia.
Chairman, Committee of VRC, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Gold Attire. Lexus is proud to be associated with this year's Spring Carnival, and in particular this race, the Lexus. This has been our first foray into racing sponsorship, and we'd like to thank the VRC for their professional guidance and support both during and in the lead-up to this most wonderful carnival. Lexus sees this involvement in the Spring Carnival as a major milestone in further promoting and reinforcing the Lexus brand as a formidable force in the luxury vehicle market in Australia. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our ever-growing number of Lexus owners. It's our commitment to continue to treat you as a guest in our own home and to strive for excellence in every part of your ownership experience. Well, what a race. Our congratulations go out to Gold Attire. I'd like to put your hands together for the owner, Mr. Stephen Hall. Stephen.
Plenty more wins in store for Gold Attire, you would think, after that victory in the Lexus race number 7. Well, Dr. Turf has taken a well-deserved break, and we'll be getting the thoughts of Kenny Callender in just a moment. Another warrior to be ridden by Damien Oliver here, $12.60. Zazman, the Geelong Cup winner, won on Melbourne Cup Day here, come up short enough at $2.50. Good odds about all the others, including Ascana, which is $10. Del Vecchio, one I gave a chance to in the race, at $12.60. Mon Meki, I know Dr. Turf's pretty keen about that one, $13.60. Over the page, there are the other main two. Lord Aaron ran on pretty well in the Moonee Valley Cup the other day at $8.90. And tomorrow's party, $7.30 on Supertab and $4.90 on Unitab. So there's a fair bit of variation going on there. Let's head down to the betting ring and see what sort of a betting race this is going to be. Pat Welsh, I don't know whether we'll see the Melbourne Cup winner of next year in this Queen Elizabeth Stakes.
No, but despite the fact that Zazman has come up so short, Pete, there's still a half a dozen under double figures odds, so it's still going to be a tough race. Another warrior's already a little easy in my market. Zazman also come up shorter than this actually in early betting and is already out to the 320 mark as far as I'm concerned. Henderson Bay Outlaws also in commission. Del Vecchio. Ascana has drifted a point. out to almost double each way odds. Monmeki is out of point. I think they'll all drift a little bit. I think this market has come up a little skinny. And down the bottom, Lord Erin and Tomorrow's Party, also well in commission. But the favourite at this stage, a drifting favourite, in fact, as I look, out to $3.40 Zasman, the favourite for the Queen Elizabeth.
He certainly is short enough, Zasman, but he's going to have his share of admirers. I wonder if Ken Callender's one of them. Kenny, nice to have you back in.
Thank you very much, Pete. I sure am. He's going for his 4th win in a row, and there's nothing like winning form, although Dr. Turf just hammered my ear for about 15 minutes as to why Monmeki would win.
You can't shake him. When he gets hold of your ear, you just can't shake him. Let's have a look at the selections for this race. I like Del Vecchio. 3 wide the trip in the Moonee Valley Cup. Went back, came forward, ran on, first try at the trip. There's Dr. Turf's selection, as Ken said, Monmeki, number 8. And Zasman, the favourite for Ken Callender in the Queen Elizabeth coming up. And they'll start from the Derby start. They'll start from the Oaks start. And it was in this race a few years ago that the wonderful Might and Power gave us all a moment to remember when he had his farewell. So 2 races to go for the Carnival of 2003, and over the past week here at Flemington, there's been plenty of winners and quite a few near misses as well. The youngsters have swelled the crowd at Flemington to another record on the final day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival. 55,793 in here today for a total of 376,000. It was just 10 years ago that we didn't even have half that many people for the week, 170,000. But this breaks the record by about 21,500 people. Remarkable. This carnival just keeps on getting bigger and better, and one wonders where they're going to put them all in 2004. The big race today has been the Group 1 Emirates Stakes. There could have been a few hard luck stories. Simon Marshall caught up with some of the losing riders.
Greg Charles, Rosina lad.
Yeah, he went a good race. He just was. I was at him early at the top of the straight, and he wanted to lay back in. He's just might have been feeling the firmer ground today.
Damien Oliver, True Grow, look the winner, brother.
A super run, Simon. I was hitting him as hard as I could. But we just couldn't quite pick up the winner.
Got Reece McLeod now, a mission. He ran a bit of a bottler today.
He ran a nice race, Simon. Had a nice run, followed the winner wherever he went. He just took his time finding his top, and once he found his top, he stretched out nice.
Danny Nicolich, Scenic Peak, he ran good.
He ran very well. He over-raced, jumped out. I was going to give up the lead and sort of be sitting 3rd, 4th, and when Walk on Air sort of angled towards him, he can do things like that. He just took fright and wanted to charge through the bridle, and probably he had to relax a bit better than what he did to sort of give a kick. He surprised me how well he stayed on up the straight. I thought it was a very good run under the circumstances.
Dan Nicolich and some of the other losing riders from the Emirates Stakes chatting with Simon Marshall. It seems a long time ago, doesn't it, that Derby Day was with us 7 days ago, but it seems a lot longer than that, and there have been so many highlights in between in the days of racing here at Flemington. Well, who better to look at all of the highlights of the past 7 days than our very own Neil Kearney in his own inimitable way.
Rejoice, for we Australians all, let us reflect, for we are young and silly, with golden hair and wealth for nothing. And ain't she a handsome filly?
A designer in Perth, Western Australia, knocked this up for me.
Is he still in business? We looked in a corner and there was a little cheeky red lampshade waiting to be had.
It is a lampshade.
It is a lampshade? It really was a lampshade.
Yeah.
I was right, viewers.
You've got a hand at the Wayne Cooper. Not since Jim Carey in Liar Liar has anyone told the truth so often at his own peril.
We've been doing edgy fashion, but all of a sudden we've tipped over the edge and we're plummeting towards the ground. Now, tell me about this, biker boy.
Biker girl, actually.
Sorry, biker girl. She's got rips and tears in her taffeta skirt. She's got
mine on my little bum here.
Tattoos to match. Just to get into character. tough jewellery. Like, she's going for that vixen dominatrix kind of Holly Golightly gone bad.
Only Stephen Fry could match Cooper for honesty.
I can bullshit with anybody, I tell you.
What are you drinking, mate? Because you've shot up a bit lately.
Yeah, shot up. I've actually had to stand on a bit here to try and get taller than you, but for the first time I think that's happened to you.
But I'm very uncomfortable in this position.
No, I'm not doing any more interviews today, Karen. I've got to go.
Just what do you like in the cup?
What do we like in the cup? Zagali.
We are in the Channel 7 marquee with one of the world's most talented actors, Sam Neill. Welcome.
Sort of introduction I like. Thank you.
What do you like, Emily?
I like white horses.
White horses.
今日はお天気が非常に良くて競馬日和でございます。私はせんべいが大好きです。それで皆さんがせんべい食べてるのを見まして本当に私は嬉しいです。
Yes, it's such a beautiful day today, and I love our rice crackers, and I'm very happy to see all the people eating rice crackers today.
Stephen Fry was expansive with his tip for the cup.
I like Mamou. It's a Godolphin horse. There are two Godolphin horses racing. This is the one great race that they've never won, the Godolphin stable. And they've got a marvellous jockey in Frankie Dettori. He's absolutely brilliant.
And what did Damien Oliver think of that? Mamou ran slower than Oliver takes to stick 2 plastic strips on a nappy. He's lucky he can ride horses. And from the grin on his face, winning both the Derby and Oaks will pay for a shipload of disposables. Do you reckon these blokes might have needed a gear change after the first on Cup Day, which was filmed from our overhead helicopter? Noel Callows had a big month. He kissed Letzi after the Caulfield Guineas and then bit the dust on Cup Day. Still, that's racing. That's Amore.
Here's Claire Lindop, the first Australian woman to ride in a Melbourne Cup.
Claire Lindop advanced the cause of women with her pioneering ride. And these fellow South Australian divas were spelling out their tip for the Cup.
It's MA for Maureen, and KY for Kylie, BE for Belinda, DI for Diane, and VA for Vanessa.
So, Maureen, that makes you the head of the horse.
Horses, what?
The head of the horse.
With the beer goggles on, everyone's getting horse. And Jason Dunstall's dishing it out.
Secondly, on behalf of Channel 7 and Tui's New, you've just won for yourself a 3-month supply of Tui's New. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Excellent, nice one. Thank you very much. I'll go down well.
He's Irish, Jason. Tui's won't have enough. And as for the quote of the day, we'll leave you with Stephen Fry. He spoke for everybody.
I can bullshit with anybody, I tell you.
Well, you can identify with that. You're a racing rider, aren't you?
I loved it. I loved it. He's a funny man.
Fashion highlight? Did you have a fashion highlight?
Yes, I think all the various feathers in Kylie Gillies' many hats.
Haven't our girls look beautiful?
They have, and I think perhaps the real highlight of the week was that smile on Claire Lindop's face when she got it to be presented before the Melbourne Cup.
A little bit of history. I wonder how much history there will be for the Rugby World Cup with the quarter-final action exclusively live on 7 from the Telstra Dome, New Zealand versus South Africa. That's tonight. Then the Wallabies take on Scotland in Brisbane from 9 o'clock. It continues tomorrow with more quarter-final action. France and Ireland, England and Wales. You will see it exclusively live. That's easy for me to say. Right here on 7. Time to have a look at the runners in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, the race that last year produced this year's Melbourne Cup winner in Makybe Diva. Damien Oliver goes on to number 1, Another Warrior. We'll have a look at him when he comes into the mounting yard, but let's have a look at your selection, Ken. Zasman, this horse racing in career best form. He completed the hat-trick here on Cup Day after beating the Melbourne Cup runner-up She's Archie in the Geelong Cup, so he's got a bit going for him.
Yeah, he's flying at the moment, and his sequence started on October the 6th here at Flemington, so he likes the track. He won by showed his speed to win by 6 lengths over 2,000. Then he's gone bang bang the Geelong Cup, and here on Tuesday he's obviously done well because a trainer like Tony Vassell wouldn't back him up if he hadn't, and looks okay to me.
Let's go back to number 1, Another Warrior. Damien Oliver will replace the injured Glenn Boss, who had a fall earlier if you're just joining us. 3 Queensland wins mid-year. No wins from 7 since, but ran on pretty well in the Moonee Valley Cup.
Yeah, and if Legible, who scratched, would have run in this race, another warrior would have had 2.5 kilograms of better of the weights on finishing not far behind it in the Moonee Valley Cup. Very honest horse to be up near the speed, and he'll give his all.
What about the 2002 Sydney Cup winner, Ken? Number 3, Henderson Bay. Got home OK in the Saab after plotting to what was the last stride win in the City Tats Cup at Randwick.
Yeah, but the horses he beat the City Tats Cup, Gallant Sun, got run over there today. Look, he's not the horse he was, but as you say, 6th in the Saab. Out of 12 runners, he beat one more than beat him, so perhaps he can get into a place.
Woodland Stud is represented here by number 4, Outlaws. Darren Gauci has already tasted success today, has barrier 1. John Hawkes, the trainer. Fair run in the Geelong Cup, raced handy. Won a Group 3 race at Randwick on AFL Grand Final Day back in September.
He's no world beater, but he's honest in game, and he'll give his all.
Number 5, Del Vecchio, is one that I gave a really good chance to, Ken. I didn't mind his run in the Moonee Valley Cup. He was 3 wide for the trip. The rider went back, Noel Callow, and then finished up running on pretty well at his first go at the 2,500 metres. Craig Newitt goes on today.
Yeah, I got him marked down as not having had any luck last week at the Valley, or 2 weeks ago now at the Valley. You get my date right. His first run at Flemington, which is a little bit surprising, but a definite hope.
Then we go on to number 8, Monmeki. We'll take a look at Ascana when we can, number 7. But here's Monmeki, the one that Dr. Turf is barking to anyone who's prepared to listen. Followed the good Craven Plate run with a shocker at the Valley after leading, but really just over-raced that day, and you might pay to forget about the run.
Yeah, she raced far too keen there, and this is a mare that won the Queensland Oaks 18 months ago, and has won listed races and running good company since. I'm not knocking his tip.
Couple of handy horses have won the Queensland Oaks, Ethereal and Zagalia, to name a couple. 9 is a quiver. John Hawkes, the trainer, Corey Brown, the rider. Pretty hard to have on his last couple, last in the Werribee Cup.
Yeah, it's hard to go from last to first. You're going to have him.
Spirit of Westbury, number 10, finished second in this race last year, and we'll come to him in a moment. But there he is, Spirit of Westbury, number 10. 16 to 1 he was last year, and finished second to Mackay Diva. They've put the blinkers back on today.
The only horse he beat home in the Werribee Cup last start was a quiver. I can't back him either.
Now let's go back to number 7, Ascana, which has now made its way down towards the mounting yard. Balloted from the Melbourne Cup. Knows a bit about this race. Was actually runner-up to the Godolphin horse Hatha Anna in this race 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's actually got 5.5 kilos on Zasmine for finishing 6th in the Geelong Cup. And a few people thought that he never got galloping room at the right time and things went against him. I thought that Ascana certainly wasn't out of this.
Lots of people like to back the Greys, including my dear mum, who'll be sitting at home watching the telecast today. And I reckon mum would have had something on Lord Erin because of the good run in the Moonee Valley Cup, Kenny.
Yeah, finished 5th in the Moonee Valley Cup. You know, good, honest trier. He's got a chance. And if mum's on him, we'll give him a cheer.
And if it wins, it's your shout, Mum. Tomorrow's party number 12, Greg Childs for Michael Moroney. Did little in the Benalla and Geelong Cups before, not having a great deal of luck in the straight in the Saab on Saturday.
Yeah, ran 4th in the Saab and backing up in a week, so connections are happy with him. He's prepared by a good trainer of stars in Michael Moroney. He's certainly one of the hopes.
And down the bottom, 13 Special Scene. Peter Mertens, the rider, rode Big Pat the other day in the Melbourne Cup. Wasn't hopeless in the Geelong Cup, this horse, and plotted on OK in the Saab without having too much luck there either.
Yeah, half a dozen beat him home in the Saab. I'd rather have tomorrow's party out of that race.
So there you have them, the field for the Queen Elizabeth over 2,500 metres from the Derby start. Shortly, we'll be watching them fly from in front of the grandstand, but let's get the Lavazza tips from Joe Griggs in the meantime.
We have had the greatest time, not only today here in the Lavazza Marquee, as well as Emirates earlier, but also this entire week. Thank you to the generosity of the fabulous people from Lavazza Coffee, who have given us a lot of money to play with each day on the races. And Fish, we have had a grand total of how much money going to the kids of Camp Quality.
Thanks, Joe. And you must appreciate how much work and research has gone into this. $5,735. Amazing, really.
It certainly is. So thank you to Lavazza. $5,735 going to the kids of Camp Quality. Thank you also to Rob Elliott, Lisa Camplin, Jackie Cooper, Katie Davenport, Tom Williams and Shelley Craft, who've all taken part in our celebrity tips.
Don't give them too much credit.
Yeah, it was all Fish. But right now I'm joined by the General Manager of Lavazza Coffee, Michael Hart. Michael, $5,735 is a fine and generous offer from you guys.
It's a brilliant result, Joanna, and we'd like to thank you for your great support. And we'd like to share our good fortune with the kids of Camp Quality by actually doubling that amount.
What?
and we hope that goes to good use.
Michael, that is extraordinary. I mean, you've had one of the hottest marquees to be at all week. You've had, loads of fun in here, and you're repaying it.
We've just had a ball, Joanna, and as I said, look, Lavazza, which is very Italian, it's all about style, sophistication, fun. We've had loads of fun this week, and we would like to share that fun and the good fortune and repay the kids of Camp Quality.
Well, there you go. Over $10,000 going to the kids of Camp Quality. Thanks to Lavazza Coffee. We've had an attitude ball, and we'll see you back at the races next year.
Close the shop, let's take a drive. Take a break from 9 to 5.
What a glorious day it has been on the final day of the Carnival. Emirates Stakes Day, a day of triumph and tragedy in the big race. Triumph for Tommy Hughes and Brett Preble with Titanic Jack. But if you're just joining us, unfortunately, Shogun Lodge collapsed and died during the race. But we've still got 2 to go. As we said, this race produced the Melbourne Cup winner of 2003, Maccabi Diva, when she came here last year. Not sure that we'll see a similar result here, but still, we've got the winner to find. And Zasmin is the one that is the best credential. Ken Callender spoke about the fact before that not only did this horse win very well at Geelong, but beat She's Archie, and She's Archie came out and ran such a slashing second behind Maccabi Diva in the Tui's New Melbourne Cup on Tuesday. After this, the last, and it's Caradan, Karen McAvoy, number 17. 17 in the last, Karen McAvoy onto Caradan. Lord Erin's been the one that they have backed in the ring, just about ready as Ascana comes up. Let's once again join Greg Miles.
55,793, so an aggregate of the 4 days, which again is a record of 376,767. And blessed with beautiful weather and beautifully handled and promoted by the VRC and Racing Victoria. They've all done a wonderful job. And now this Queen Elizabeth, last of the group races, the Group 2. 2,500 metres event. Special scene locked in and they're away. Lord Erin jumping well, and the Ascana and Zasmin are ridden with a bit of pace in the early stages. A Quivers going out ahead of Outlaws, the stablemate. Henderson Bay settling about 5th or 6th with Del Vecchio. As they go past the judge now and head towards the turn out of the straight. Favourite Zasmin doing a bit of work 3 wide, and it's a Quiver the leader from Zasmin, and Ascana 3rd with Del Vecchio 4th. 2 lengths away then came in 5th position is Outlaws, and it's being followed on the outside there by Henderson Bay. A length Tomorrow's Party followed by Monmecki, and 2 lengths to Lord Erin, and then came another Warrior, and then Spirit of Westbury with Special Scene last. Up the side of the course, and a Quiver made play. Zasmin now steadied up, and he's a length and a half away at the 1800. Ascana in 3rd, 2 lengths away is Del Vecchio, and then Outlaws followed by the Sydney Cup winner Henderson Bay. 1 Tomorrow's Party. Next Monmecki on the outside, 2 lengths to Lord Erin on the inside of another Warrior, and Special Scene on the outside of Spirit of Westbury. Out near the 1,500 metres, and a Quiver out in front on his own. He bowls clear by 2 lengths. Zasmin in 2nd, Ascana is 3rd, Del Vecchio 4, and then Outlaws on the inside of Henderson Bay. A length and a half Tomorrow's Party. Monmecki is around him, and then Lord Erin the Grey on the inside of another Warrior. 2 lengths then to Special Scene and Spirit of Westbury. There's been little change in the order, and at the 1,200 metres still a Quiver by a little over 2 lengths. Zasmin 2nd, Ascana 3rd, Del Vecchio a half length away. Next in the field, Outlaws on the inside of Henderson Bay. Monmecki on the outside of Tomorrow's Party, and then Lord Erin, who's on the inside, being trailed another Warrior, and at the end of the field, Special Scene on the outside of Spirit of Westbury. A Quiver leads coming up the side. Zasmin's only a length away. Del Vecchio to 3, and in 3rd, 4th placing now Ascana. He's dropping out alarmingly. Henderson Bay went around the outside. Coming up towards the turn, Monmecki with a run from Tomorrow's Party, and then Outlaws. Lord Erin, Special Scene taking off, and then Spirit of Westbury. Something amiss with Ascana. Drops out 6 lengths away. On the turn, Zasmin is out after a Quiver. A Quiver cornering in front. Zasmin within a neck of him now. Del Vecchio runs on from Outlaws. Lord Erin's taking shortcuts on the inside. Special Scene is wider out with Henderson Bay at the 300. Zasmin takes the lead. Lord Erin, not to be denied, is coming home on the inside, and then came Del Vecchio and Henderson Bay. It's Zasmin in front. Lord Erin, Preble throwing everything on the inside, but Zasmin still in front. Isn't he racing well? Zasmin scores by a half a length to Lord Erin. Del Vecchio 3rd, then Henderson Bay and Spirit of Westbury followed by Outlaw Special C and Another Warrior. And next in is Tomorrow's Party from a quiver, and Monmeki dropped out to finish last.
Gosh, he's got a great will to win, that horse, Zasman. When the challenges came in the last 200 metres, especially from Lord Erin, which was the fresh horse on the scene, he has just found and found and found, and they don't win 4 in a row too often at this level. Terrific effort by Zasman. There he is, taking the lead on the home turn. The second horse, Lord Erin, is the grey horse getting through along the inside. Del Vecchio is in the blue and white halves, and he has run on pretty well at the end of the race, but no match for the winner. What a gutsy performance, Ken.
Oh, what a gutsy performance indeed, Pete, without letting the cat out of the bag. By God, I needed it. Nice ride. Well done, Kerrin McEvoy. He rides staying races well. They all had their chance to beat him. It was apparent at the 200 metres they weren't. Lord Erin was going the best of the others, and he wasn't going well enough to catch this marvellous stayer. A 6-year-old horse. He's now won just on $400,000 in stakes with 4 wins in the last month. What a great effort.
2:11.5 the numbers. Time is 2:37.5, 4.5 seconds outside the record. And officially fourth was number 3, and that was Henderson Bay. What a week it has been for Tony Vassell, a winner on 3 of the 4 days of the carnival. 2003 Carnival is one he'll remember for a long time. Here he is with Adam.
Yeah, indeed he is. Rightly pointing out 4 in a row and 3 big ones as well, Tony.
Absolutely. Horse is flying. He won here with great authority here 4 starts back. Went to Geelong, won the Geelong Cup, beat the runner-up, the Melbourne Cup, which certainly made his form good for last Tuesday. Duly saluted. And he's just trained on fantastic all week and got the money again, Group 2 level. Yeah, great horse.
Cap's a wonderful carnival for you, which started, of course, last Saturday, I guess, really winning the Derby.
Haven't had many bullets to fire, but they've nearly all hit the target, so, yeah.
Congratulations, Tony.
Thanks very much, Adam.
There he is, Tony McEvoy with us, and I think Kerrin McEvoy's ready, is he?
He certainly is ready, and I was just asking Kerrin, he said this horse just loves to race, boys, and he proved it again today. 4 out of his last 4, and Kerrin, you've won the last 3 on him. He's a tough horse, isn't he?
He is, John. He's come along well. You know, he won here on Cup Day, and he won the Geelong Cup, and he had the minimum, but he's gone up in weight today. Just racing really well, he is.
Tony's got him going very well, this horse, but we don't very often see a horse racing over distances like this, Kerrin, that actually saddle up very well, do they? So many times the sprinters do, but the staying horses, 2,500 metres, he seems as if, like you said, he thrives on it.
Yeah, well, Tony said he's been eating up well in the stable, so, you know, that's a good sign that he's really enjoying it, so Tony knows him better than anyone.
Congratulations, mate. A Group 2, you've won the last group race on the program for the Melbourne Cup Carnival.
It's a lovely way to finish, John. Thanks.
It's a beautiful way. Thanks, Kerrin.
Kerrin McEvoy with John Letts. Ken Callender, I wouldn't be at all surprised if you see that horse north of the water around about Sydney Cup time. He looks an ideal type to me.
Yeah, he's 6-year-old now, but you know, you can't fault the way he's racing, and he can stay. And there's not too many Aussie horses that can stay as well as he can. And when you're up front or running in the first 2 all the way, you're out of trouble.
Kerrin McEvoy is a young legend. He comes back to scale aboard Zasman as we head to the break. Neil Kearney has caught up with another one of the legends.
The Australian Racing Museum is relocating to Federation Square. It will reopen in the autumn, and it's just been announced it's going to be called the Champions Museum. With me, a champion and legend of European racing, John Reid. John, after that ride in the Legends race, you'll be making a comeback, won't you?
I don't know about that, but it's certainly winning feels good, and nothing changes even with time. To win any race is nice, and to win this was great.
Now, they tell me Lester's been tugging your coat to get back. It's 2 years since you've been out, and you're only a boy.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He said I should still be riding, and I ought to think about making a comeback. He certainly would.
How did you find the Melbourne Cup?
It was a great day. Fantastic atmosphere. Everywhere I went, I had to walk around the track and went down by the saddling barn and just soaking in the atmosphere, really. And everybody has such a good time, and they make such an effort here. The girls dress up fantastic, so do the men. And it's just, the atmosphere is like nothing else. And saying that, Oaks Day was just as good.